In the conversation of common sense gun reform, this person says, got to have definition of common sense gun reform because usually what is proposed is far from that. Fine. I'm going to give you what my ideas are. Regardless of what's been proposed, let me tell you what I'd like to see encompassed in a gun reform bill. I'd like to see background checks extended to all sales, including person to person sales. Everybody that buys a gun in this country should have to go through a background check. I would like for the background checks to be extended to include annual mental health evaluation records and annual records on your continued training on your firearm. The cost of both of which should be picked up by the federal government. I don't believe that you should be putting any financial barrier between an American citizen and their right to own a gun because it's constitutionally protected, which is why in this reform bill, I would also like to see it made illegal for any governing body to levy a sales tax on the purchase of a gun. To me, that's akin to a poll tax. No sales tax on guns. That's unconstitutional. I would like to see a national gun registry. I would also like to see some form of legislation that regulates the gun manufacturing industry to kind of push them towards putting more biometric systems, security systems in their guns moving forward. We can pass legislation that says you have to have this much fuel efficiency or this much of a safety standard for your vehicles. We should be able to push legislation that includes biometrics so that only you can use your gun. These are a few of the type of common sense gun reforms that I would like to see encompassed in a much more all-encompassing bill that other people much smarter than me would be adding things to. But there's the foundation that I'd like to see. I think that if we can get common sense gun reform, we don't need to ban any weapons that are currently legal to own. I'm not talking about make it easy for people to own rocket launchers by any means am I saying that. But for example, I don't believe that you would, if you got the right common sense gun legislations in place, gun reforms in place, I think you don't have to ban weapons like an AR-15. Now, I know that there are many people on the left that are going to disagree with that. It's just my position on this. If you put enough common sense legislation in place to where we push the people who are trying to criminally own guns further and further underground, they can't walk into a gun show in 33 states and buy 200 guns without even giving their name. That they are being tracked. Every gun sale is being tracked. That biometrics are included. That annual health examinations are included. That we can make sure that if somebody is a perfectly fine legal gun owner today, but then something happens to them that alters that we know about that. And that we don't find out about it when we read the news because they went to a shopping mall and killed 16 people. That's what I would like to see as the basis for common sense gun reform. What say you?